Hi guys, today we're going to be discussing stocks of insurance companies. The videos I've done lately are comparing key indices that need to be measured to see if they are performing. This video is just looking at their stock. It won't be a full-blown technical analysis. For me, what's important in an insurance company is size, if they're smart in making their money and handling their money, stability, will they be alive after 10-20 years, and then very important for me is customer service claims. Personally, I have a bad experience with previous insurer, so I actually canceled with them. A reply I got from them, I already canceled on policy, digital. You don't want to be physically meeting them all of the time. You probably want that at the beginning when you want something complicated discussed to you. Controversies. Some companies become bad because of bad ethics. How they treat patients. Were they there? Were they quick to give money out? How do they react to coronavirus? How do they react to people just generally having what's in scope, what's out of scope? Stock buybacks are a way for companies to get more money without creating value. You buy your own stocks. It's not exactly illegal, but it creates artificial value. What I'll cover here is static view. We will cover some trends and there could be patterns. Let's go to the first one. First one is Axa. It's named differently and it's listed in three stock exchanges. Information I have here is from February 1st. I got this February 4th. Euronext. Euronext is 2407 from Bloomberg. When you say 52 weeks, we take a look at how it's performing for the past year. Its low was at 19.94 and its high is at 25.59. Market capitalization is 58.194. PE ratio is high, it's 39.01. The low points here as 17.08 July 2016 and 17.51 August 2016. So it seems like there's something significant that happened to them at 2016. Their highest at 25.94 2007 October and January 2018 to 27.34. If I look at their performance, I could say that they're a wide oscillating sideways movement. It seems like they're sideways. I see two troughs and a couple of more consistent peaks. I see that these 2 points are just an increase in volume of trade, but it seems like they're being actively traded. So it seems like there's interest in the market for them. It seems like there's something that did happen at 2016 at the middle part of it and at 2018 at the middle part of it. Next, we'll take a look at OTC. OTC exchange, they're valued at 26.52 as of February 4th from Bloomberg data. Their lows are at 2016, 1882 and 1947, August 2016. It's recurring their 2016 behavior, also reflecting not only in Europe but also in the US OTC market. Their highs that are 33, so it has higher highs, and 31, 33.66 January 2018 and 31.53 Feb 2018. Market capitalization is higher in US at 64.105 billion. Price to earnings ratio is still the same. Lows are higher at 22.62 compared to 1994 and 28.49 for the 1-year highs. I could say this is also sidewards oscillating. I do see a boom bust cycle. It's not very evident. It seems like this stock on the OTC is oscillating. There's a huge volume of trade here. There's might be a big trade late part of 2016. Seems like at the start of the third quarter. After that, people have been playing it. It seems like this increase or boom cycle is market consolidation. Then after that, there was a dip. It's also recurring at 2018, reflecting the same behavior it should have over the Euronext. It shows it's a globally connected company and it's a globally impacted company. Let's take a look at the US stock market. New York Stock Exchange, Allianz Bernstein, they have a higher price as of February 3, 33.24. We have a longer data set, so this includes anything from 1990s. So it's more interesting to see what's happening. Generally, you can see that there are two peaks. One is around 2002 and one is around before the 2008 crash. They've been increasing in value, but they never seem to have come up past that value. I don't see the volume of trade here. I did see a boom bust cycle from the first two parts. Seems like that's healthy until the crash. It seems to me like they have not recovered from that. After that crash, it seems like they've been moving sideways. Market cap 3.19 billion, and that's lower compared to the other two markets, but it's weird, it's priced higher here. Price to earnings ratio is still the same. 1-year high is not far from its actual current value value 3409 and 1-year low is at 2629. US highs are at Feb 2001 and April 2007 at 5120, but it never recovered that, and 9173. So it was that high before. 1998 and March 2009, 259 when they started, 1988. That's their lowest low. Imagine you could buy it at that price before and sell it at 91. And 1252 March 2009. What's happening with Axa? So if you look to the right, anything past 2016, it seems like the behavior is similar across. It seems like they're all sideways. They're moving sideways. It's not really growing, it's not really shrinking, it's just maintaining. They're a stable company, not exciting stock to trade from what I'm looking at right now. Of course, we're not looking at the bands or anything like that. So that's Axa. This was just real quick. It's Generali. It is called Assicurazioni Generali. They're only listed in the Italy market. Their current value as of the 3rd of February is 17,685 in local currency. Italy lows are July 2016 and October 2016 at 9,835 and 1081. Their highs are not very far from their current value at 1873, March 2015, and November 2019, 19.5. I heard about them from engineers that I heard from. They were covering for like 750,000 per annum per year, per sickness per annum per year. So I think they were the premier one, but it seems like they took a lot of risks in the favor of customer too much. It seems like they're rising from 2016. I don't see that they are that stable. Their current partner locally at bank assurance is BDO. I think they're BDO Generali. I see an upward trend from this short path. I would want to see their previous data, but I don't think that's available. I would say it's a bit inconclusive. If it was a matter of my money, I wouldn't risk on this stock. It seems like it's unpredictable. If you're more risk taker, I see like this is up and coming stock from 2016. It's up to you. You might want to take a look at their quarterly fundamentals and see if they are making cash flow and where they're making money from. That's all for Generali. Let's talk about Manulife. Manulife is a Canadian company. They're listed in 4 stock markets. Let's look at Canada first. Data we have is very far from 2000s or late 1990s. Information is from Google. Their current stock price as of Jan 31, 2020. Their Canadian low is Feb 2000s, 857, and March 2009, 965. Canadian high is at 42.48 and 2007. Market capitalization is 50.18 billion. Price to earnings ratio is moderate at 10.59. 1-year high is at 27.71 and 1-year low is 20.59. They have had this issue after the crisis that they're slowly trying to recover. I do see a pattern that it's going upwards. I would be a little bit more bullish on this type of behavior. Steadily growing after 2012. Seems like it's an upward trend. I meet a lot of friendly Manulife financial advisors. They're good with people. One of the financial advisors that I work with even referred me to the other consultants from other companies, and she was very confident with her product. So that's what they are from Canada. This is what I was saying, that the stocks drop after financial crisis and they go up before a financial crisis. That seems to be true for almost all of the insurance companies I've looked at. Next is US. Let's take a look US, and I'm more interested about US and Canada if they are performing the same. Current US as of Jan 31 from Google is 1947. They've been increasing their stock steadily until 2008, and then they took a dip after the financial crisis. It's more of sideways for me for the US market. I don't know if it's more of more people are doing more claims. It doesn't seem that they're growing that much based on what I can see after 2012. It seems like they did increase, but I do see a healthy stable cycle that's coming here from 2012 onwards. Their highest highs at 44.07, double the price. This is November 2007. Lows are $5.50 February 2000 and $7.49 Feb 2009. So very, very low price, of course, before they were trying to grow. Market cap is at $37.94, which is lower than the Canadian market, which makes sense because they started there. Price to earnings ratio is also moderate at 10.56. 1-year high is at 21.23 and 1-year low is at 15.50. They've never reached their high again. Generally, the behavior of the US stock price and the Canadian stock price is the same, and I would see that you would expect this to be the same for all companies operating for both US and Canada. If they weren't operating the same, or the stock market is the same, there might be information asymmetry. So that's what you're going to check for, or the news that's coming out from each segment are different. Or the other thing is they're totally different companies or entities together. It seems like they have coalesced their entity to be performing as one, and it seems that the general behavior is the same. Almost. See higher highs for Canada. I'd give it a hold rating for the US segment. Let's go to their Asian market. Hong Kong Stock Exchange, their current price is 151.90. That is as of February 3rd, 2020. Their lows are at 86.85, half of the price, August 2010, and 80.9. That's December 2011. Their highs 158.3 on July 2014 and 168.5 January 2018. Market capitalization is 296.08 billion. Price to earnings ratio also moderate, 10.97. 1 year high is 164, very close to their current price, and low of 122.5. So it seems like they're operating stably here. The behavior of the graph here is from 2011 onward. It seems like the behavior as well is the same from the 2011 onwards. I see a sideward trend. It seems like it's also a stable and a hold stock. I do see that double peaks that were happening also with the US stocks, which means that the Hong Kong, US, and Canada behavior for Manulife is similar. Let's look at it from the Philippine market. 850.50 as of Q3 from Bloomberg PSI data. Their lows are 566 on 2016 and 580 on September 2016, both 2016. Highs are at 1,018 pesos, January 2018. Just market capitalization is 1.6 trillion. Price earnings ratio also moderate at 10.58. Seems like they're operating at the same. 1 year high is at 880 and 1 year low is at 710. Seems like the behavior is similar. There is a huge trade. This volume of trade happened before the price started dipping. There has been a steady decline from 2018 up to 2019. Their behavior is downward. That's Manulife. There are two more things we need to take a look at: Prulife and Sunlife. Prudential Life UK is listed in London, in New York Stock Exchange, and Hong Kong. Its current price is 1,368 as of February 3 from Bloomberg. Their highs is 1,992.52 February 2016 and July 2016 at 1,046.11. Their highs are at 1,698 euros, 1,700 euros per stock, January 2018, and May 2018 at 1658.34. Market capitalization is at 35,586,000,000. Price to earnings ratio is relatively high at 20.02. This is a premier stock. You're gonna buy it for 1,000, almost 2,000 euros for one stock. Premier, right? Prudential. It's increasing, but it's still oscillating. I do see two general trends. This part before the financial crisis, you have these three consistent upward, but it's oscillating. I would give it a buy rating if I was gonna be betting some stocks. And it seems like it's constantly being traded. Look, it's very interesting. Of course, they're probably a component of their country's stock price. All in all, it seems good. Let's look at the US stock. So New York Stock Exchange is 92.50 as of February 3rd, Google. US low at 16.30, November 2008, of course, the crisis. 11.38, so almost 4 times smaller when they're at the lowest lows. US highs at 102.28 May 2007 and January 2018 before that, 124.13. Market cap at 36.61 billion. Price to earnings ratio is 9.74. 1 year high at 106.40. 1 year low at 7.65. I'd say it's increasing, wide oscillating since 2008. So what's good about Prudential is they're growing. The behavior is similar with London and in US. You see those three peaks, which means they're congruent with both markets. Hong Kong, 138.4, not as expensive. It's also increasing, oscillating. Seems like it's almost sideways. If it breaks this price point, then probably it's something worth buying, or when you see it down, you want to buy it. Lows at 50, a third almost of that price at June 2010, September 2011 at 58.6 at almost half. Highs at 163.52 January 2014 and 170.87 at March 2015. Also a high at Jan 2018, 181.03. So this year this might be a good buy. Market cap at 360.02 billion in Hong Kong currency. Price to earnings ratio at moderate 11.53. 1 year high at 154.986 and 1 year low at 113.315. That's Prudential. I can say that behavior almost similar. It seems like it's not bouncing back up in the Hong Kong stock market, but I think that's for a different reason. That's Prulife. Let's take a look at Sun. Sun is from Canada. It's listed at 62.22 as of Jan 31 from Google. Canadian low is 13.65, a third, and 15.68 as of March 2009. Seems like they did not recover very quickly from the financial crisis. They seem like they are on steady growth. Market cap is at 36.858, and price to earnings ratio relatively moderately high at 14.99. 1 year high at 63.95, not far from where they are, and 1 year low at 46.14, 2/3 of the current price, more than 2/3. So it's a strong signal that they are growing. It's a good investment. So funny thing with Sun is if they have a lot of group policies, and with group policy, when you enroll someone within a company, after they leave, they're not really your responsibility. It's a good way to make money if you're an insurer. It's up to you to determine if that's like ethical. The next part is US. They're at 47.02 as of January 31 from Google, and US low is 9.31 March 2009 and 15.57 February 2009. US high is at 57.37. That's November 2007 and 48.34 January 2020. 1 year high is at 48.79 and 1 year low is at 34.78. Market cap at 27.63 and price to earnings ratio at 14.97. If you look at the US and Canada stock, they perform almost the same with higher highs in the US. The US market is more volatile for them, but they're steadily growing, but they have been recovering very slowly from the financial crisis. If you look at this, they moved sideways into 2012, which is almost similar to most of the cases we see. And we also see this dip here. And this is consistent that some of the other companies have been dropping here. That's a look at Sunlife. That's an image of how these stocks are performing now across all the markets that I could find they were listed. This can give you an idea if your company will be growing, is growing, or if you need to do something different. I hope this information is useful. If you liked it, click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.